smear campaign, whatever you call it campaign, all these hoes will be in the city soon. I got homegirls in that same city, so it's never a threat that many threaten that I would have my homegirls beat the shit out of Erica. And if I was in Florida, they'll beat the baby out of Erica. Cancel it all.
So that's what happened next. Y'all know I do World Star recaps. I get straight to the points. Next clip. I have no time to play, nigga. So all that happened, right? So riddle me these. So then yesterday I'm live, right? I'm live. Erica dropped out my piano. She went over to She Go Live. She Go Live, Bella up there. She go telling Bella she need to do an emergency hearing. Bella talking about how crazy it is, how he talked to women, da 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 da, all that there in the third, right? And so Erica come in there. Now, inside the She Go panel, if y'all would like to hear that clip, I can clear some of that too and get straight to that point too real quick. If y'all need that. Okay. So she goes over there and she's pretty much telling them, you know, that she don't like it. She feels unsafe. You want me to play it? Okay, y'all just want to play it? All right. Because this is y'all world, honey.
It's no people who don't know life be a threat. No, I'm not saying that either. Especially coming from a man to a woman. No, not saying that.
So I was in HB's live a couple of weeks back, and randomly he started attacking me. You know, saying all kind of derogatory things. I really need to pull this live so I can show the sequential order of how things started going off. And he was like, don't say nothing to me. I was like, Manny, what is your problem? He was like, you remember T-Time's battle? You remember T-Time's battle? When you said that you wasn't in the mood? Bitch, I'm not in the mood. This, that, and the third. And I was like, whoa, what are you talking about? You know, all this other thing. So we went back and forth. I moved forward, not even thinking nothing of it. Fast forward, he's been exhibiting erratic behavior. You know, like that's outside of his body, just randomly cussing people out. He went up on Susu Live the other day, called her all kind of bitches and hoes, just out the blue, you know, and just been cussing a lot of women out and things.
He was on this that morning. He did it to Susu, and then he did it to Siobhan that same night, and then he did it to me that next morning.
Correct. He told Siobhan to go suck a dick and all this other stuff and all these things, right? So fast forward, you know, the live happened, and I'm watching, and I'm like, something is wrong. I'm really concerned with Manny because now I'm taking my feelings out of it and seeing a human. You get what I'm saying? And I'm seeing that there's a problem. That something is really wrong, something's wrong, and I wish he get some help or somebody reach out, whatever it is. And yesterday when I was live, I was telling my people, I was like, I'm gonna watch it so I can really, when I sit down and actually watch it and talk about it, I say that he's been, you know, exhibiting erratic behavior was my exact word. This morning, I'm cooking breakfast and stuff, and my phone kept dinging, and I'm getting mad shares to Diamond's live. And Diamond, when I walk in, Manny is threatening to throw a drink on me and leave me. What he said, leave me laying there for. I don't remember the word that he said, but he was like, I'll throw a drink in that bitch face and leave her laying there lifeless. Some shit he said.
He didn't say lifeless. He said I will splash a drink in her face, which still is not good, but the lifeless part, that part didn't happen. So he said I'll splash a drink in her face and I'll leave her there because it's Erica, you know, like that. But we did clear that up yesterday. She also seemed like confused about what was said at that end part. So that's it. Thank you so much for the do. Let's keep listening.
Or whatever. And I was like, whoa. And I put in the comments, what's going on? And Diamond said, Erica, I want to know, what was your thought?
1 second, you guys. Let me check on something. Why the fuck that shit taking so long? Wait, why the fuck that shit taking so long? That's weird. Okay, sorry.
Manny, what was your thoughts? What did you say about Manny? That what you think that he got a problem or something? And I repeated exactly what I said. And Diamond was like, "What do you think it is?" I say, "I don't know. I'm not a professional. I can't say that." And he said, "Bitch, I ain't got no fucking problem." Da 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 da. And all this other shit. And I was like, "Whoa." I'm not doing all this with you. I'm not doing all this stuff, man. I'm about to go get my kid ready for school. I'm about to go Diamond. And I was like, well, I said, if you say it ain't a problem, then you mind my business. And he was like, yeah, you Dollar Tree, bitch. Go mind your business, this, that, or that. I was like, oh, you watching. You know, never cuss that. I'm never, and then he said something. And I was like, well, okay, well, I'll be in your business then if that's what you want. And I dropped down out the box. The next thing I know, we streaming something else. And they say Manny is going off. And he goes and says all these things and then said he was going to get somebody to. But first, he was led into that we're going to be at the same event and all this other stuff. And I'm going to make sure I bring that to Diamond's attention. Because you uninvited fucking Diamond for less.
And then?
And, and you threatening me or whatever as a woman, you blatantly did this. You didn't do it not once, not twice, but on 4 separate occasions during that live. And then you also said that you was going to get other people. You threatened me in her panel. Then you also threatened me 4 different times and said you was going to get people to do something, cause some bodily harm to me or whatever, and do things to me. So what? All because I said that you are showing erratic behavior, which you're actively doing?
So, Eric, I got a question. When y'all incident happened, when the tea time battle conversation came up and you told him you didn't want to be bothered, was he trying to ask you something that you didn't want to talk about?
No, he was wanting to aggravate me or whatever. I came up to give tea time instruction on how to operate because I had already dropped down and I wasn't in the actual battle itself. I was helping her to operate as a host. And then he was trying to nitpick me, and I was like, "Not today, Manny. I'm not in the mood, or whatever." And I kept it moving. I said, "This is about business. She on the time schedule. Let's keep it moving."
I'm sorry that you had to go through these threats. I don't agree with a black man at all threatening to put hands on a woman. I do feel like Diamond should evaluate this situation because coming on the app and inciting violence at my event towards women is not a good look. And especially doing that shit willy-nilly. So I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's getting weird, like, it's getting weird, like, and I'm so glad that I'm the person that I am, child, because I can only imagine if I was someone else that didn't have the mindset that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all better be careful because y'all don't know who's who. You get what I'm saying? Like, this shit is getting really weird. Really, really weird.
Do you still intend on going?
I don't know.
Are you going to bring Sane with you? I feel like you need to bring a nigga. Even if you got a brother or somebody.
I definitely do feel that personally, I'm not going to discuss another woman's business on the front end. You get what I'm saying? Like my details and my thoughts. I don't think that's fair to her when I haven't had a conversation with her.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? And that's her business. So, but I can say publicly that I am going to make her aware of the things that have been said because what's the point in mentioning her event and where you're going to be and that we're going to be in the same place?
And that does nothing but fuck up Diamond money. Like, and
that part right there is what I was confused on. Let me explain. You had already done it. Everything that you would be able to tell Diamond was already just said. It was just said. But the first 10 minutes of that clip, everything. What he said, the details of the thread, how it made you feel, you being indecisive about going. Like everything, she needs to evaluate it. What's left? What would you get on the phone and say differently? Because see, what happened was last night, because y'all know I'm always trying to make sure Erica good and stuff like that. So what happened last night when it was like Diamond looking for Erica, I came into her live or whatever, and she's like, "Where's Erica?" Because people telling me Erica don't know how to feel about coming to the event because it don't seem safe, right? I called Erica and I said, "You say you don't feel like being safe?" Because she said she didn't want to come on the panel. I said, "Well, Diamond can hear you," and I said, "Y'all said what? Y'all said HP down there?"
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
Before you called her, when did she say she felt unsafe? Because I didn't hear that and she go
She didn't
live, or
say
am I tripping?
she didn't say unsafe. Okay, those wasn't the
Okay.
words. What she implied with what she described was she was indecisive, like Diamond said. She was indecisive
Mm-hmm.
about going because of all the things that Manny said surrounding her coming to the event. And so when she said she was going to talk to Diamond about it on the back end because she didn't want it to affect her business, Diamond looked at it like, what is there even left to talk about? And I couldn't even try to make sense of it on behalf of Erica because there wouldn't be anything left to be talked about because everything was she literally just said right there. And Diamond also didn't like whose panel it was done in and who was on the panel, with Bella on the panel and it being in She Goes space. And also,
Right.
if I had an issue, I guess the way Erica wanted to do it, she intended on taking care of it. If you felt that way, She Goes panel would not have been the next stop. It would have been Diamond's DM or the phone number that you said she have. You would have just used that and said, "Hey, you need to talk to Manny because I ain't liking him saying this, that, and the third, and correlating it with this and da 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 da." You get what I'm saying? You did it backward,
Right.
and then you tried to say, "Hey, I want to do it this way," but Diamond's like, "But you already did it that way." You know what I'm saying? And because you did it that way, it's gonna be talked about in court Sunday. And y'all already know what way it's gonna be talked about in motherfucking court come Sunday. So it's gonna be one of those things. So that's what I was telling her yesterday. Just go ahead and come to the panel now, Eric. She's like, "No, I'm not gonna do that on the front. I'll just use her number." And Diamond's like, "It ain't no point in doing none of that. You supposed to did that first. It supposed to went in that order first." You know what I'm saying? And so Diamond ended up, and I'm gonna play that for y'all. Diamond ended up feeling like it was on some setup shit. She said, "This is why I didn't want to open invitations." Well, she didn't even invite Erica. Erica volunteered to come. She said, and I think she was shocked that Erica came. Erica was talking about coming. She said, "This is why I didn't want to do that. This is why I didn't even want to be open to allowing certain people to come because I already felt like it'd be some funny shit like that. Like it'll be some drama that comes about it, that comes with it, or whatever the case may be.
Can I
And
say
that's that.
something?
Yeah.
All right. First of all this talking, her man's supposed to be talking. Erica don't supposed to be saying a fuck thing. She don't supposed to be saying nothing about to Diamond. Eric supposed to be talking and saying whatever. Now we know he like to call the police. Why haven't they done it this time? If she said 4 threats was put out, what? And I don't understand how the fuck a man, if your woman is pregnant, so called pregnant, and a man said he would have someone beat the baby out, I can't see how he hasn't come forward, or at least,
He did call
you know what I'm
Same
saying?
out. He did. He did call Same out. And I said, "Oh, I can't wait for Same to go live," because he been going live addressing these, the ladies and stuff. So I was like, I can't wait for Same to go live and address it. And I thought that's why Erica
Yeah,
was being quiet.
he did. He addressed Jade immediately. Why have and I don't like taking up for none of these people, but the truth is the truth. I think Erica should not be saying anything. I think he should be the one talking. This is a man that is saying these things. This is a man. So he should just come on the front end and say, "Hey, from this moment forward, talk to me. Talk to me. You wanna say some bad shit? Say the bad shit to and about me. Leave her out of it." You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna do that. And this is bullshit. All this here, it is what it is. That y'all ain't gonna make that lady uninvite nobody. She's not finna uninvite Manny. Get over it. It's not gonna happen. So the only thing you can do at that point is not go for your safety. And the police will tell you the exact same thing. If you feel that there is an impending threat, don't go where the threat is. That's it.
Yeah, and I will say Manny did multiple times tell her and even beginning to flip. Go get your baby daddy. Go get this person. Go get that person. He called out same directly. He did. I just don't know what's going on with that. Is Manny right? Is he wrong for the threats? 100,000% wrong.
Ain't no wronger than the rest of these motherfuckers
And
right
he's
there.
not. And I agree. I myself and another gentleman was on the phone last night talking, and we were just like, I said, you go disrespecting women every day on an everyday basis, not warranted as well. But you be loved and forgiven. So I just feel like it's the same thing. But what the difference is, Manny did make some pretty direct things saying, I understand the man saying, I get my homegirls to do this, that, and the third, but saying you'll splash the drink on her and etc. That's not okay. So, you know what I mean? Like that kind of shit is not okay. He did not correlate it with the event. That was important. Just like Bryson said, he said, I ain't make no big deal to Diamond because the nigga never said at the event. He said when we in the A. And Bryson said, we could just meet up with me in the AMA on Mother's Day. And so that's why he's because Diamond asked was Bryson okay. He was like, yeah. He didn't say nothing he didn't correlate it with the event. He just said because we're all going to be in the same place at the same time in Atlanta, Georgia, then whatever can go down. So
I think same should have done came on here and called Manny every bitch and hoe that Erica been called, and we go on. Some of us, we call the person back bitches and hoes when they call us bitches and hoes, and then we go on. Enough already. Enough. Erica should not have to be bothered with none of this. Once she got insulted, especially with the threat, she's supposed to be said, all right, I'm gonna let my nigga handle it from here on out and be through with the shit.
That's right, ain't it, Key? A man talking to a man. I agree.
yeah.
Y'all know my stance on this shit. I'm gonna say it every time.
Facts, I agree.
She shouldn't be talking. I wouldn't say a goddamn word. I've been looking in my Negro face like,
Yeah, me too. Like I said, I hated it from the beginning and all of that. I think right now what we're speaking to is what happened yesterday. Nothing excuses Manny's behavior at all whatsoever. But what happened and how it was taking place, handled yesterday is what upset Diamond. And she took shade from it. The dime thing being mentioned. Talking to people that she's not fond of instead of coming directly to her and then turning around and declining this talking to her yesterday and saying, I'll call you and say it. And Diamond's like, no, you supposed to did that first. So it's that what was said to her is not excusable. What Manny's doing is not excusable. I don't give a fuck. But how she handled it yesterday, that was kind of odd.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. When other people that Erica love and like, and that's her baby, and check on them and all this, when they do it, it's okay. So why we got to be up in arms now?
But like who?
Bryce and BK bad about hoes and bitches, and I'll do this and I'll do that. Come on now, and Erica crazy about both of them. So why we got to make a difference now? HB, don't do that.
I ain't doing nothing, girl.
Somebody said I ain't never seen Tony get on here and defend you. I think Asia Baby posted it where me and Hoover got into it, and how y'all think Diamond asked me to meet up. It was supposed to be me and Hoover, my husband and her. Stop playing. My husband and Hoover have had words. Don't play with me. Don't fucking play with me, bitch. Because it's the who. Exactly. Because it's the who. You cannot be cool with people who does that, and when you sit there and you see that and you don't have a problem, then when it's your turn, you supposed to still say, nigga, fuck you, and keep on going.
Yeah, I did have a conversation when I was on the phone with somebody last night, one of the names that you mentioned, and I said, well, you go to spaces disrespecting women all the time without even a reason. He was like, yeah, I do. That's why I ain't trip about it. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just trying to
Thank you, Liz. Liz said something my husband ain't on the app. That's another thing. He's not a part of this. He don't do this. So if he ain't came and addressed no woman, he don't really need to be, he can come and address a man, but you know what Tony gonna tell me 99% of the time? If you get your happy ass off that motherfucker, we wouldn't have these problems. Because you do know you cannot go back on that goddamn shit, right? He tells me that all the fucking time. But my big grown ass does. So there's that. Now, when it comes to his daughter, that okay, yeah, he wants to. He got several law enforcement friends, and he just waiting. But other than that, this is all just entertainment. Just say fuck you, nigga, back and go on. My Lord, thank you, baby. I'm just saying. That's all it'll take. Just say, nigga, fuck you. And bye. And this would have been over with. And HB, you know I was going to say some names. I don't even know why you smiling. And who? Shit. And who? I'd list some more. But I don't know if Erica cool with the rest of them. But I know she cool with Bryson and BK. It's a lot of them on here that do this shit. Somebody said Manny ain't worse than Scholar B. Bango. End of discussion.
Oh, girl, I'm over here just damn talking and y'all can't hear me. So somebody said, I was asking, because somebody wrote in the chat, HB, Erica might be mad at you. She hasn't been back over here. And I'm asking you guys, what would she be mad at me about? Thank you, Kay. I'll be waiting on some answers in the chat. What would she be mad at me about? I'm waiting. Because I haven't done anything. Right, nothing.
Oh, when they was recapping it last night, she was in Susu comments saying wow, but every time Susu asked her a question, she got quiet.
What she was
So
recapping?
listening to the Diamond Manny when y'all was over there talking. So I guess that was her first time hearing you on the panel. I don't know, but she was down there saying wow. But Susu was asking her questions like, you know, she don't want to bring her business, but is Same gonna say something? Because just like everybody saying, is he gonna say something? But she would never respond back to nothing. But she was in the comments.
Somebody said probably because you didn't defend her. It's not my job to defend any of you at all. I'm a live host. I'm a recapper. I'm a dissector. And that's just what I do. And I'm going to always have the backs of anybody, even if I don't like you, if it makes sense to have your back. And I'm going to acknowledge the wrong and the good. And in this situation, Manny's dead wrong for the threats that he made to her. And in this situation regarding her and Diamond, Erica's dead wrong for how she went about dealing with it. If your intention was to talk to Diamond about it, you never supposed to make a pit stop. When you dropped out of my panel, you just supposed to call Diamond. The pit stops made it look messy. Referencing shit that had nothing to do with it made it look messy. Then turned around and tell Shigo, get mad because Shigo asking questions, turn around and tell Shigo, I ain't gonna answer that because I'm gonna deal with this. I ain't gonna put that on a black woman. Baby, you already said everything. So I'm pretty 50-50 with it. I'm not sure where I was wrong at. That's all. Call Diamond for what? Ask her. She said she wanted to call Diamond instead. She wasn't gonna do this on the app. She was gonna protect Diamond's event and her brand, and she wasn't gonna do this to a black woman. But this was followed by everything already being out there. Because when I came over to the event, Erica, I was looking stupid because I was like, Diamond, she didn't say that. She didn't say she didn't feel safe and da-da-da-da-da.
I said that too. I kept saying it.
Yeah, I came over there to defend her. And Diamond's like, HB, yes, the fuck she did. You know, now I'm up here looking crazy like I'm just trying to cap for Erica. And the chat said, yes, she did. Yes, she did. And she go live. But I was live. I guess that's where Erica vanished to yesterday when I was live.